Tracy Whitney was 18 years old when she went missing. Her body was found near Sumner in 1988. Since then, her family has never given up hope that they'd catch her killer. In this week's Unsolved Northwest, King 5's Sebastian Robertson takes you into an investigation that more than 30 years later has narrowed in on one suspect.
When I was 11, she came over for my birthday party. This is how I last remember her. There was a twinkle in her eyes. She looked happy. I remember being upset because I hadn't seen her in a while and only truly beginning to know who she was. Every single birthday picture I have a picture of her standing behind me, including on my 11th birthday, which was the last time I saw her. She's 7 years older than me. I don't remember a lot.
Tracy was quiet, never really ever caused a problem. She had your normal childhood, good kid.
You know, a young girl getting ready to start her life.
She'll be that age forever.
In August 28, 1988, a female deceased body was found in the Puyallup River, completely nude, no clothes. Detectives were called out to the scene to investigate. It took about 2 months before they were able to identify that she was Tracy Whitney.
Tracy went to Burger King with a couple friends. A small argument ensued. Her friends went up to use the restroom, and at that time Tracy, she was emotional and she left the restaurant. As soon as her friend came out of the restaurant, him and the other friend, they went to look for her, and she was gone, nowhere to be found.
Edgewood Station, Puyallup, again the address please of the medical aid.
In this particular case, there were a lot of blunt force injuries on her. The medical examiner actually ruled it as a homicide due to the fact she had died of asphyxiation caused by strangulation with probable smothering as well.
They told me that she was no longer with us. At that time, I didn't even ask what happened to her. I was devastated, felt like my world had ended. It was just the worst moment of my life.
It's something that it never leaves your mind, every day. I don't think the grief will ever go away. It'll never go away. It's the first thing I think about when I get up in the morning. Last thing I think about at night. I felt like somebody had reached down my throat and pulled my heart out. And that feeling still hasn't gone away.
5403.
Tracy Whitney's body was not identified for 2 months after it was found. In the criminal investigation world, 2 months is an eternity. The case eventually went cold. Though investigators, detectives, did have the foresight to collect and preserve DNA.
I came to the conclusion that the only way we were going to find out what happened or who murdered my daughter was if he walked in the front door of the police station.
4 decades after the Golden State Killer's crime spree began, it was genealogy that led investigators to 72-year-old Joseph DeAngelo.
When the Golden State Killer got busted, I said, this is it. This is it. This is the break that we've been waiting for.
Authorities say the last DNA sample collected Monday was a match. DeAngelo was arrested at his home the next day.
I knew that with the new technology in DNA research, it was a good chance that we could get this solved. And I had never heard of familiar DNA before, so that kind of gave me a hope.
The DNA gets submitted to them in the form that they want it, and they can create, just like the public does when they are submitting their DNA, they can build up a family tree. And in this case, it came back to John Guillot, Jr.
And finally, she called me up one day and she said, Ron, I'm going to come up, got the ID on the murder. But I want to tell you something right now. There's not going to be an arrest.
Is this the killer?
So if John Guillot Jr. had been alive today, law enforcement would have probable cause to arrest.
Guillot was 65 years old at the time of his death in 2022. He's buried in a cemetery in Kent. Records show he was questioned as part of an investigation into the death of his girlfriend in 2010 and the death of his wife in 2020, though he was never arrested or convicted of any crime.
Just go straight, all the way down to 200th Street.
In my head, I imagined that we'd be going to court and I'd be sitting in the courtroom looking him in the eyes and watching him get sentenced to death or life in prison.
Take a right-hand turn. Yeah. It's kind of an empty feeling because now we know who did it. We know some background on him. But we'll never find out the true story of what actually happened. No justice, no closure. We just have a name now. And that's where it ends.
King 5 has a whole team dedicated to covering stories about unsolved cold cases. We have several coming up soon. Text the word unsolved to 206-448-4545 to learn more about these cases or to send us tips.